As society continues to want to receive energy that is clean, the pressure on companies to change is intensifying. They're driving us to think about a completely different energy system. An energy system that is based on new fuels like hydrogen and biofuels and other ways for us to live our lives without creating CO2 emissions. So Galp produces energy and takes that energy and delivers it to customers. Galp is actually transitioning from an integrated oil and gas company to an integrated energy company. So we have this real bold vision to completely change the company from where it is or has been to where it will be in the future.
Well, we have become market leaders in Portugal because mobility is part of our DNA. So when electricity becomes one of the options to power the cars, we have been the first ones coming and preparing the grounds for that to be possible. We were the first company that installed the fast charging equipment in Portugal. Galp serves the key needs of all the customers that want to decarbonize their mobility patterns by using cars that are powered by electricity.
We still have an upstream business, and this business still has some growth in it. We're stopping frontier exploration, but we still have a lot of resources still to develop. The upstream plays the role of generating the cash today for that longer term future. The downstream transformation is about Galp, its brand, and its ability to transform what we do in Iberia today to be something that is much more engaged with the future consumer. We have renewable energy, which will be the core of the new global energy system. So we're going to be a big player in renewable energy. And lastly, these new energy solutions, whether they be in lithium, whether they be in hydrogen, creating completely new value streams that Galp can really embrace.
The next 10 years, Galp will invest in low carbon energies. That means renewable electricity, biofuels, and hydrogen and e-fuels. Energy transition is a lot about electrification, and we should try to electrify everything we can electrify, but electrification does not address all economy sectors. Some examples of that are transports, especially heavy-duty transports, and for that we will need molecules that are less and less carbon intensive, and those are renewable molecules, biofuels, hydrogen, e-fuels, and all hydrogen derivatives. The Sines refinery is actually one of the newest in Europe. It's from 1978 and it has been evolving since then. Biofuels, hydrogen and e-fuels will be produced from hydrogen. So furthermore, energy transition needs hydrogen. And Galp is set to be a world-class player in hydrogen and e-fuels.
People have seen in the logo of Galp trust. So they know that when they see the logo, they see a place where they can find the solutions for their mobility. So it's our obligation to bring the electric mobility into our locations so that people can trust that there they will also find an electricity solution.
100% of our sites are evaluated annually in terms of biodiversity and water risks. By implementing action plans, we are committed to adopting measures that lead to the protection of biodiversity and to a more efficient and sustainable water use in our operations. All these practices have been consistently recognized by key ESG indexes in which we are present, such as the MSCI, the Sustainalytics, and the Dow Jones Sustainability Index, where we recently reached #1 in the world in our industry.
We expect Portugal to become a country where more than half of the cars that are going to be sold are going to be electric in 2030. So we see this number of charging points in Portugal going from 4,000 that we have today to something like 30,000 in 2030. Galp will be here to support these needs of our clients, to help them bridge the energy transition and bring it to their lives, regenerating the future together with us.
We will reduce our absolute Scope 1 and 2 emissions by 40% by 2030. We will also reduce the carbon intensity of the energy we produce in renewables and upstream by 40%, and in the products we sell to customers by 20% by 2030. The future of Galp's energy transition is a future of partnerships, innovation and regeneration of portfolio. It's an inclusive and people-centered energy transition that ensures that a world moving at a fast pace does not leave anyone behind.
In Galp, we have a new purpose. Let's regenerate the future together. And that has 3 pillars. The first pillar is about transforming our portfolio of assets from being fossil fuel based to renewable and clean energy assets. The second is about refreshing our relationships with our customers and with society, being much more open. And thirdly is to re-energize our people, really empowering the talent of this company to create those new solutions that the world's going to need. Purpose then will drive us to being a net zero CO2 company.